get this going. We're running late. It's 9 o'clock. We'll do this one time.
It's 9 o'clock on my clock over here. My
It's
clock's
9 o'clock?
wrong.
All right.
Just 9 o'clock over here.
Yep, that's what I thought. 9 o'clock over here, too.
I love it, Niall. You're so
All right,
9
perfect.
o'clock here as well.
All right, that's a beautiful thing. It's 9 o'clock everywhere on the East Coast or in Eastern Standard Time. Let's welcome everybody to the RRR247 podcast, episode 11, I think, 11. Episode 11. And
11.
we got a lot of great things happening, a lot of stuff going on. We just had a leadership call that Roy laid some new stuff on the line to make things even easier for you, make things better for you, get rid of some more friction points for you, make your business easier. But we also, these are the kind of announcements you're always going to see on Tuesday night. But we also love meeting all the new people. So we can only do this once tonight because we're running late. But if you're brand new, click on the little microphone in the lower left-hand corner, say hello, and please tell us what state you're calling in from. And welcome to the call. Bill Brooks, you new?
So what you call early, like 5:36?
Okay, I'll mute that one. No TVs in the background, please. If you're going to unmute, say hello. Let us know what state you're calling in from, and then mute back out. So no one's brand new here tonight?
Hello. I'm Viola from Texas.
Fantastic. Welcome, man. Welcome, Viola. Glad you made it. Great state of Texas is in the house. Here we go. Anybody else?
Can you hear me?
I can. Welcome, ma'am.
Laura.
Where are you calling in from?
Georgia.
Georgia's here. Welcome, ma'am. Glad you made it.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the team. All right, who else? If you want to unmute, just click on the microphone in the lower left-hand corner or hit the space bar on your keyboard. That'll also go ahead.
My name's Annette.
Annette, where are you calling in from?
Laurel, Maryland.
Fantastic. Maryland's here.
Evening, Niall.
Ken, where are you calling in from?
Kentucky.
Kentucky's here. Ken Rainey. All right, fantastic. Glad you made it, Ken.
No, this is William.
William, where are you calling in from?
Florida.
Florida. There we go. Florida's in the house with me, joining me. Thank you. Any other Floridians or anybody else in the country? Go ahead. If you're brand new, click
Iowa.
Iowa's in the house. Fantastic.
South Dakota.
South Dakota.
You probably
All right, fantastic. Listen, if you have any televisions or any noise in the background, please stay muted so the other people can say hello. Anybody else? I'm going to go ahead and hit some buttons so we get going. If not,
Arizona, this is Tammy.
Hello. Hey, Tam, you're welcome. Glad you made it.
Hi, can you hear me?
Judith, go ahead.
Yes, this is Judith Gottschalk, and I am from Ohio.
There you go. One guy just made my day. Florida's in the house, and you just made Linda's day. Ohio's in the house. We
Welcome,
feel
Judith.
whole again.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I'm going to have to hit some buttons so we get going. We all apologize that we had that
Texas.
meeting.
Oh,
Texas.
Texas.
There you go, Dustin. You made it. Look,
Yeah.
on Zoom camera on, fantastico.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
There's one of my newest students, Linda, that I told I'm going to turn him into a techie, and he laughed at me.
Look at you, camera and all. Good
You're
job.
going to be a techie.
That's right.
All right, fantastic. I want to hit these buttons so we can get going. I got to hit, where are they at? Where'd they go? There's one there. You got to hit this big one here. I don't think we have YouTube going. I don't think we have, I'm going to record to the cloud in case Rory wants that.
We're live. He's got it.
I didn't see it. Okay, good. All right, welcome everybody to the RRR247 podcast, episode number 12. Yes, 12. We're rolling. And Saturday will be 13. So here we are on 12. A lot of great things happening. I mean, the momentum, the energy, the people that we're talking to, the people that we're meeting, something's working because I don't know about you, Linda. I know you and I've talked about, I do know about you, Linda and Dina, but I don't know about the rest of you, but I talked to Dina and Linda a lot. And there's like some unbelievable people reaching out and joining the team with some skill sets that are just blowing my mind every now and then, how advanced they are to where we were, so many years ago on their computer and on the internet, knowing how to do all this. And it's incredible what's happening in the way the team is growing because of that. So I'm like I said, there's a lot of great things happening, and every time I want you guys, if you're new, to write this down. Every time Rory and Tanya are going to add something to the system to help you build your business, if there's a tool, a product, service, an idea, a new document, a new sheet, a new video to add to the system or add to the training platform, he's always going to announce all that stuff on a Tuesday night. And that is the stuff you don't want to miss. That's the stuff that's critical for your business. Don't miss any Tuesday night calls. And of course, we get to meet all the new people like we just did. If we had a little bit more time, every week there's somewhere between 10 and 30 brand new people joining the team. This week there was at least 10, and it probably would have been more if we'd had a little bit more time. For those of you that are new, my name is Niall Eddy. I live in Central Florida. That's why I got so excited when I heard the Floridian announce that they made it out of the call, just like Linda gets excited when she sees another Ohioan get on the call. It's fun to see. We love seeing all the different states being represented, though. We love to see the growth just scattered all over the country. It's a beautiful thing to see. So I'm going to share just a little bit with you guys about this industry and the people that you're getting in business with. I've been in this industry for 35 years now. 35 years ago, I was able to walk away from my JOB, and I haven't looked back since. I'm an ex-carpenter turned aviation mechanic, and that's when I was introduced to this. And I've seen something incredible. I've seen something amazing. I've seen something I've never seen before. I've looked at a lot of the home business plans, and it never really piqued my interest. It never got me involved. But all of a sudden, I seen something because I watched a VHS tape. Judith, you remember the VHS tapes that are about this big? Maybe a little bit bigger. Stick them in the VHS player. I popped one of those in my VCR player one day, and I listened to what a lot of people were saying, and I thought, oh my goodness, there's a lot more to this industry than I ever understood. And I decided that I was going to become a student of this industry, and I was going to learn as much as I can. I was going to watch as many videos as I can and do everything I could to learn more, because I want to know what those people know that I don't know that are making those incredible incomes and living the lifestyles that they're living. 1 second. So that's what I did. I got involved. I set goals. Now I'll tell you, I was in school at the time to get my aviation, my A&P license and associate's degree in avionics. That was my path. I thought that was my passion and the way I was going to go. A wife and 3 kids as an adult, going back to school is not easy. But it's not easy on the kids either, because they were with me the entire time. And when I got involved in this industry, I was just looking for a way to make an extra $500 or $1,000 a month so I could spoil the kids more on the weekends, right? I was, even before I went to school, I was at dad working 16, 17 hours a day, and I hardly got to see my kids. I'm missing the first steps and all the things that a lot of dads do miss, and a lot of you dads know what I'm talking about. So when I made that decision to leave the aviation world, because I finished school, went to work at the airport, I was there for 8 months, and it was a great experience, but the passion was gone because I found something that I could really get passionate about. 8 months after going to work at the airport, I left, and I've been home ever since. So for 35 years, I've been building this business. This is what's paid all my bills. This is what bought my homes. This is what allowed me to spoil my kids and give them their heart desire. This is what allowed me to meet people from all over the world. This is what gave me the 2 things that I cherish the most outside of my wonderful wife. One is time freedom. In the beginning, it was all about how much time I could spend with my kids and what I could do with them. The other thing was financial freedom. Financial freedom like I never knew before. I come from a construction background, and then I was turning a wrench, and I got involved in this. And before I knew it, I was making more in a couple of months' time than anybody I've ever known in my life earned in an entire year. And that just kept my head spinning. But while my head was spinning, I kept working. I kept working, and I kept working, and I kept setting new goals, and I kept working. And I decided I was going to be the best student of this industry and the best student of the system that we were working at that time. So it completely changed the course of my life. and I've been here ever since. So I've been here for 35 years. I've worked with the Rickards for 30 of those 35 years. 3 decades now. Can you believe that? I don't even look that old, do I? I don't look a day over 30. Right? I'm lying. Okay, I'm sorry about that one. Yep. But I've known them for 3 decades now, and it's just been an incredible experience, an incredible journey. And I think, incomes are nice. That's a really fun thing to talk about sometimes, to give you the freedom that you want. But helping other people, spreading, paying it forward, helping other people, and not just around this country, but around the globe, that's probably the biggest thing for me right now. I'm in Central Florida. I've been all up and down the Eastern Seaboard. I've been out west quite a few times. I think Central Florida is my favorite place to live. I'm going to stay here the rest of my life, living, working, breathing, living the lifestyle that we want with my wonderful wife, Dina, who's also part of the business. And we can't imagine ourselves ever doing anything else or being involved in anything else. And this is where all of our heart and passion, but our heart and our passion is here because of the leadership that we have that started all this, the leadership that they built around them to take their message and pay it forward, and the system that they not only put together, but continue to fine tune along the way and get the friction points out of the way for everybody. If you don't make the one mistake that you can make here to give up on yourself and quit, whatever your goals are, you'll get there. If you're just looking to make an extra $500 or $1,000 a month like I was to spoil your kids or pad your retirement, the tools are here. All you've got to do is get plugged in, make the decision like I did, become a student of the system and a student of the industry, and don't make that one mistake and give up on yourself and quit. As long as you don't make that one mistake, it's going to happen. It's going to happen in a couple of weeks, couple of months, couple of years, whatever it takes. With what you put into it, it will happen as long as you don't make that one mistake and give up on yourself and quit. I believe in this industry wholeheartedly. As far as Rory and Tanya, the co-founders of this system, I met Rory 30 years ago. I was a guy that needed a voicemail for the business that I had mailing packages all over the country. Everybody told me to see him. I did. He's a great guy. A lot of energy, got this love and passion to help people, and he's got this love for mass communication that I never seen other than a couple of years in the military, right? And when I called him up, he gave me the voicemail I needed, but he showed me something he did with this voicemail in 1990, right? I could put a message on that system and shoot it out to people all over the country at the same time. Leave a little training message and shoot it out to everybody at the same time through voicemail in 1990. Judith, what kind of internet did we have in 1990? We didn't have any. What kind of cell phones or email or any of those tools did we have? Any of the technology today in 1990 to 1993? None of them. This guy did that through the phone company and a voicemail system and Omaha Bell, allowed us to train people in mass nationwide. When the internet came out, that's when he really found his thing. He left that company, got online, became the #1 guru on the internet before we even knew what the word guru meant, right? What did all of the entrepreneurs that he was working with and helping need? They needed leads. The #1 thing we all needed was leads. We needed people to talk to about our business, our opportunity, our product, our service, whatever we were marketing. Rory decided he was going to become a lead generation company. He knows what he's doing. Nobody else knows how to do what he's doing, by the way. He became the #1 lead generation company on the internet. He still holds that title today. The only difference between then and now, he doesn't sell his leads, not to the public, not to you, not to me. He doesn't sell them to anybody, but he does give them to you. That's his investment into you. When you figure that out, you're going to realize how amazing that is. What's the other thing we needed? A website. We needed a website, someplace we could drive traffic to that had information on a page about our opportunity or whatever it was that we're marketing on that page. There was a lot of people on the internet at that time. They were making websites too. Some of them would get, statistics like 1 in every 50 visitors that came to the website would fill out a form and say, yes, please call me. I'm interested. I want to know more. The really good ones, and they were expensive, really expensive, would get 1 in 25 visitors to the website to fill out the form and say, yes, please call me. I'm interested. I want to start a business. Rory decided, I think I can do better. And he was going to build a website too. So he put his first website together, and it really just looked like a one-page, flyer on the internet. Somebody typed up one page full of information, a couple things on the side a little bit. He got 1 in 10. Unheard of, right? 1 in 10. We thought this guy is amazing, and he's heaven sent. It wasn't good enough for him, guys. He wanted better for not just for himself, but for everybody. So he tweaked it. He added more. And he put the second generation stuff came out, with pages behind the pages and pages inside of pages and all the new technology. And he kept adding all that technology and doing everything that he could to make it better, make it better. He got 1 in 5. 1 in 5. No one knows how to do what he knows how to do. He's mastered lead generation, and he's mastered keyword SEO and content trafficking, content marketing. Nobody knows what he knows how to do. But the best part is, ready for this, Judith? Tammy, he's one of them good guys. When I had a chance to go down to Miami to meet him the first time, we became friends over the telephone, just doing business together. But when I got to fly down to Miami, I heard he was going to be there, shake his hand, look in his eyes, be in his presence, right, for the first time. That's when you can really understand somebody and get to know them. And I knew that day, this is an incredible young man with great ideas, a great understanding of computers and internet and all the stuff, marketing and what's happening in the marketplace. He's great at predicting, forecasting future trends even. I remember many times when he said, I think, in another couple of years, this is going to happen. And there's been a few times where I go, okay, sure, Rory. Yeah, whatever you say. Even I had some doubt, right? But guess what? It happened. It's amazing what he can do. But he's one of the good guys. I didn't know all this stuff was going to happen. I didn't know all this greatness was going to appear. Everything that we were going to accomplish. I just knew he's one of the good guys. I want to know him for the rest of my life. And it turned out perfectly that way. I know his kids. He knows my kids. We have traveled the world together, spent holidays together, broke bread a million times together because I consider him family now. A mentor, even though he's younger than me, yes, but also my family. A mentor that will look me in the eyes and go, why'd you do that? And make me think, right? But he's my brother. All at the same time. He's all of that wrapped into one bundle of person. And that's why I will spend, and Linda and my wife and some of the other people you're going to meet will spend the rest of our lives helping him protect this house and everything that we have so that this business is here for Judith's great-grandkids. We want something that we can hand off to future generations, right? All of us are here to collectively protect the house and do everything we can to make it better for every one of you. Oh, excuse me. Still got that allergy stuff. I feel fantastic, but it just won't go away. Any nurses online that want to call me later, you can tell me all about it, and I'll do it, whatever it is. So yeah, and then I got a chance after meeting him a couple years later. I flew out to Utah to meet his wonderful wife and his co-founder here, Tanya Rickard. I walked in the door. I met this young lady. So I have 6 kids. One of them played football, just one, and that was a handful. One played volleyball. I walked in the door and met Tanya. They got 7 kids. 6 of them were playing football. I knew how crazy that life must be, right? And what they got to do every day. You got to be a really organized people. She's raising 6 kids or 7 kids, 6 of them playing football, running several other businesses in the finance world that she's done for many years, and helping Rory over here keep all this organized, to keep it on track and work on the training and helping with the training and get everybody to where they want to be. One of the most organized people I've ever met in my life. Actually made me feel kind of bad about not even knowing how to use the calendar, right, on my phone. Just a really organized person. But what I seen together between the two of them, that brain of his, that technology, that creativeness, that organizational skills, that power, they complement each other perfectly, right? They're going to become a power couple. That's what I said to myself 25 years ago. This is going to be a power couple in this industry. And I said that 25 years ago because Jim Rohn said something to me at a meeting. Niall, the true legends on this planet are the people who find ways to help the most other people. That was the definition of orientating to me. That's who you guys are getting in business with. Two people who get up every morning. Thank you for the coffee, dear. I just now seen it. With a little bit of that throat stuff in it. Thank you. Two people who get up every morning, have a cup of coffee, have a media meeting, and say, what can we do to make this better? How can we help Ken and Annette and Tammy and Judith understand what we have here and grow faster? What can we do to get what friction points are there that are slowing them down, keeping them from getting to where they want to be fast enough? What can we do to help them see an even bigger picture and go to other countries and help families over there? You don't have to travel there. I remember 2 or 3 years into the business, I called Rory one day and said, do you realize I'm getting checks out of 18 different countries and I've never traveled to those countries and I don't speak their language? The internet is an amazing thing. Even though I didn't want to get on there and he talked me into it, it's an amazing, amazing tool. Do you ever, anybody understand and know the world is your oyster talk? Have you had that talk? Someone had it with you or you've had it with somebody else. The world is your oyster, right? I had that talk with Rory in the beginning when he said, let's get computers. And I told him he's crazy because I don't even know anything about a computer. I had that talk with him. But when I told him how successful I was in the United States, I remember him saying something like, yeah, you've done really well here, but what about all the other countries? And I thought, oh, I've given my kids a really good life. Now you're talking about building something for my grandkids and my great-grandkids and my great-great-grandkids, right? That generational wealth I hear everybody talking about. And yeah, that's the kind of stuff. That's the picture he painted for me. And I went, oh, okay, I'll go buy a computer, Rory. So I wasn't a techie when I got here. I didn't even know how to turn it on. I actually got him on the phone and said, what do I do next? He taught me how to use my first computer. Tammy, it was a 286 on dial-up in the mountains of Pennsylvania on AOL. Oh. Everybody knows what that is, right? The monitor alone was like this big. I had to barely carry it in the house. You don't have to be a techie. You don't have to be an expert. All you got to do is want to learn. That's what I did. And if this old dog can learn some new tricks, then anybody can. I always say that to everybody. I'm not a techie. And if he can teach me, I can teach you. But you've got a lot of one-on-one with your instructors. You got leaders above you. You got a training site that's going to take you step by step by step through everything. You don't even need your instructor. You can get in a training site and do it by yourself. I've actually seen people do it. They don't need instructors. They just made a decision. I'm going to be a good student. And they went in there and studied. And the next thing you know, they got this great idea and they're doing very, very well in their business around one of these calls, sharing it with all of you. The system is laid out just like that for everybody. It's equal. It's just a computer. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. It doesn't matter what country you live in. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what state you're living in. It doesn't matter what occupation you used to be in or you're even still in. It's a computer. It works the same for every single one of us. What I can do, you can do. You'll hear Rory say this a million times. If he does ABC and gets XYZ, then you can do ABC and get XYZ. I believe that, and I hope you do too. And that's all it takes to be successful here. So without any further delay, if you guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, are looking for a tool, a business that you can build what I was talking about, that time freedom, financial freedom, and legacy income, while you're also spreading the news around the world, paying it forward, and helping other people do the same thing, you found your home here. Welcome to RRR247, and it's my pleasure to introduce to you our co-founder, Mr. Rory Rickard. Where are you at? He's on here somewhere, I promise you. There he is.
Hey, by the way,
I'm going to move you to the top of my screen. Is that okay? There you
Say
go.
that again?
You were way down here. That's why I couldn't find you. I just moved you up to the top so I could see you.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll just note for everybody, if you're on your computer nonstop, it's a good idea to reboot every now and then. Apparently there's updates that got to run, so I'm here. All right. Thanks for the water nod. There is a lot going on, folks. Let's go over some highlights of what's to come. And let's let everybody know what the agenda was. Saturday was incredible. And there was a lot of you there. We had a great time creating pages, posting ads. We are going to have a follow-up to that AI stuff. For those that saw that, I think it was right around 6 o'clock ish Eastern, 7 maybe. You guys, there was some incredible things dropped out, and we're going to need to revisit that again in a special training for that. Other stuff, I took that off. The other stuff is on there, but I condensed it down several hours, cleaned it up. It's on. It's on. It's on the channel, on the YouTube channel, but it's not alive. But there is also a new playlist called RRR247 Attention 24 or Attention 247. That one has all of the 11 so far. I think we're on 11. There's 12 episodes all there. But when I take it off the live and edit it down, it becomes not alive anymore. So if you're looking for that Saturday, it's there. It's episode 12. So you want to just search for RRR247 Attention 247 episode 12, and you'll see this stuff on from Saturday. For those of you that missed it or those that missed part of it, want to catch up on it. You guys got to tell you, I post a lot of ads while everybody else is working on it. We have leaders that just know how to do this stuff, and that makes me super freaking thrilled. Let me look at something really quick. Linda, can you put that link on for the accountability?
Absolutely.
Thank you. We're going to talk about that next. This Saturday, guys, we just had the instructor call, but this Saturday, from 11 a.m. East hours, so we could call that a mini marathon. We will not be doing the traditional V marketing with our leaders that we do on Saturdays. I'm going to be teaching how to do V marketing in a very basic, structured training, and we'll record it, of course. But you guys, we're going to really break it down. If you are, if you've been trained on the V marketing, you've been introduced to it, I want you to go to that link and be accountable, even if you did 0. Okay. But this Saturday, break it down, cover everything, all the aspects of it, how the CRM works, moving the leads, how we walk somebody through a session 1, a session 2, and what's going to be the session 3 after modifications from Saturday, so you guys can all feel more comfortable about it, but also have it in something that you can revisit over and over again. If you're not doing V marketing, you're just missing out on explosive growth that is created through leverage. I'm going to ask a couple questions, and it goes like this. Okay, and we're going to do the hand raising. Okay, we'll go ahead and do it, or actually we'll do a comment. All right. I think it's basic knowledge that 2 brains are better than 1. And if you have 10 people working against 1 person, the 10 people are going to outdo the 1 person just because they can move a lot more. So let's say we're trying to move a mountain from one point to another point, right? Would you agree that you could move a mountain from one point to another point with the right machinery? You could move a mountain, right? All right, let's say that I got just a backhoe. Can I move a mountain by myself with a backhoe from one point to another point? It's just a matter of time, right? A lot of fuel, time, I can do it. But it'd be a lot easier if I had 10 people to do it with backhoes. Even easier, there's 100 of us or 1,000 of us. It's just going to go by quicker, right? We can do more time. If I'm running a business by myself, I can only do what I can do. I'm running a business with 2 of us, 3 of us, 4 of us. The more of us, the better. Correct? If everybody is fully trained on how to run a business, it's better, right? Now, you guys, the problem with being, are you guys all familiar with the term sole proprietor? So a sole proprietor, just by it's a proprietor is like somebody that's in business. Sole means by yourself. Have you guys ever heard of anybody successful being introduced as, hey, here's Rory Rickard. He's a sole proprietor. Have you ever heard that term used in success? No, you haven't. It takes a team. It takes many to make something big happen. The problem with being a sole proprietor is, all right, Kevin, we got this sole proprietor, so hold on. The problem with being, Kevin, you know a sole proprietor that's been introduced that way that did amazing by himself?
I'm third generation.
So
You went blurry for a second. I'm third generation in an appliance repair company that was a very small business, and we didn't go under until eventually it got to the point that today appliances are 100% throwaway.
they're totally trashable. At the cost to fix it, you can just buy a new one.
Exactly. That's what put me out of business. But my business started in 1960 with my grandfather, then my father, then me. And that's what made me have to go to a stupid job because industry put me out of business.
Well, try selling something for 35 cents a minute that becomes free. It happens, right?
He'll be right back. So the only time I've ever heard the word sole proprietor is on a tax form called entrepreneur and a lot of other stuff. But the word sole proprietor, I don't think I've ever heard that other than a tax form, Kev.
Am I back?
You're back.
Okay. So my point here is if you're a sole proprietor and something happens, there's no one taking care of your business, right? So, and like if you're a contractor, and you're doing all your own labor and everything, you don't have a team, you break your leg, no one's there to do the work. There's no way to build without building in teams. And this is why the V marketing is so important, because not only do we all get to build our PBSs, but we also get a leverage on helping others build their PBSs, because of the way we market, the way we pay it forward, the way our marketing all ties in together is based on teamwork and paying it forward. Saturday, I got to see paying it forward and teaching people how to do this performance blogging. And now we got leaders that know how to teach others to do it. I witnessed the power. It just realized that we have some amazing people here that get it, know it, and are able to teach it and pay it forward. Because our team's getting stronger and stronger. It was exciting for me. I also know that to get somebody's goals and get things going, if I don't teach you how to build teams, you're missing out on the exact reason why freedom is available to those that have a team behind them. If you own your own business and you're required to show up every day or the business falls apart, you are not free. You are owned by your business. Does that make sense? Harmony Gibson, does that make sense? Gail Ladon, that makes sense? When we build a team, now we all can help each other, but we also can afford to take time off or deal with family and deal with life. The whole team aspect is perfect marketing in the fact that we've got other people that we're leveraging to help, and they're leveraging to help us. But we can afford to have life happen because we all got each other's backs, and that combination makes it work. And if I don't teach you guys how to build teams to make that happen, you're not going to be free. You're not going to make enough money to make this work. You're not going to make enough money to get it, to drive it. And it's not going to allow you to do this right. So Saturday, we're going to put massive training on how to do marketing. If you are not bringing in a PBS student each and every week because you're not using the tools right, which is your resources and everything else, you better be there on Saturday. We're going to break this down. If you're brand new here and you haven't gotten through step 1 and you're not into step 2 and you haven't got all the way through, still come on Saturday. It's going to be good for you to see it, hear it, and then it'll make more sense when you go through the training in the steps that you're going through. It's for everybody. You guys, we get to build a business that operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All the tools to do it, all the know-how, and we even have paid marketing to ensure that it works. You got to learn how to utilize it, right? We teach 3 important aspects, 3 skill sets. The art of the performance blogging system. It's a skill set all by itself. The only way to learn it is to go through the training and do the work. Repetition, 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 and then you're going to get really good at it. That's it. The art of the BRT, or the art of the communication. The more you know how to communicate, the better you're going to write your pages, but also the better you can communicate with those who are coming in to do what we do to grow your team. That's the other skill set. Do you know how you learn that? Listen to others do it, study it, practice. You're going to be learning skill sets they used to teach in school. They don't teach for a long time. They haven't taught for a long time. But we're going to teach you how to properly communicate and listen to people and get to know them and actually guide them through the training that we have. You don't need to know every aspect and how to train it. You just got to know how to communicate with somebody and get them to go through the path. Huge strides we've made over the last few years. The other skill set is the art of the CRM. How to use that CRM so that you can run the business the way it's supposed to be ran. We're going to be touching base on 2 of those on Saturday. We worked on the art of the PBS last Saturday. This Saturday, we're going to work on the BRT aspect, and we're going to work on the CRM aspect and how it works and what we call the flow. We've always called it the flow. And we're going to do it in a very meticulous way Saturday. Okay, next item. We are making great strides in our IBO program, and I would call it the relaunch of it. It took a lot longer to get it going again, but it is going again. We have people being accessed, notified, set up. I'm going to give you guys, actually, we're going to watch the video. We're going to watch the video on it now. I want you guys to all recap on this. If you're not involved in this and you think you qualify for it, get with your instructor who's going to get it submitted, through their MSI, PSI, GSI on the list right now. I just found out we can add about 10 people a week. We have a lot of slots, but we're adding 10 a week. Get on there, and then here's the trick. You're getting notified, respond, get your paperwork in, do not stall. They're going to slate you for a position. Now, you guys, it pays $750 a month. Those that are higher qualified and based on availability, we have places for $1,000 a month. This is bridge money. What do I mean by that? This is not designed to this is where you make your money go away. This is for people that are part of our community that are working. This is guaranteed for 6 months. Doesn't mean it's going to be coming in month after month. I'm going, hey, you found it. You found that extra money you're looking for. This allows you to build with us, keep you afloat, keep you focused, consider a bridge to make your PBS business grow. Get the V marketing pipelines going so you're growing and thriving. What it's for. Okay, I'm going to put the video up. I'm going to tell everybody where it is. I've moved it from step 1 to its own page. It's RRR247.com/IBO. And any modifications and updates will be on there. And I got to tell you, you guys, we've improved the program so much. All right. Now, for those that have been in their older programs and they've winded down, we're watching everybody. And if we can get you wound back up, we're going to do that. That's always our goal, especially when you're active in the community and you're building. You guys, I'm going to have you watch this video. You're going to see where it's at. And then you got to fill the list up. So, instructors, the list is available to PI, MSI, GSIs. We get your information over there, and you'll see that's on the form. And you guys, this is a very strong part. You guys, this is the reason a lot of people actually are here that have been. This helps in so many ways, and we're feeling a need. We've been doing massive lead generation for a long time. This video is going to explain it. I like to explain it, but the video does a great job. I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to be making a couple of edits to this I haven't already and try and think where it's at. Here we go, guys. And Niall, if this doesn't play for me right, holler, we'll stop. I'll have you share it.
Yeah.
Okay, before I start, I'm going to take a brain.
While you're doing that, I got an
Now,
announcement.
I'm going to have you share it. Okay.
Can you hear me? I missed a text while you were talking. The Savings Highway Global free app stuff. Before we go forward, Stacy's going to train on that Thursday night, go in depth on it. So we want to promote that call good. Let me see if I pull it up. That's the right video.
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, yeah, pull this up. I'll tell you.
I'd be able to explain, right? If it's not the right one, let me know.
Yeah,
oh,
just foresight IBO.
Yeah, I forgot to share it with sound. Second, sorry. Linda, Dina, anybody can see it?
Yes.
Yes, it's great. Okay, before I start, I'm going to take a brain. Gosh, I love this. I love this. This is my second today. Under the tongue, 10 seconds. I found that it kicks in quicker. That chocolate sea salt, it's still my absolute favorite. They come out with some seasonal ones. Anyway, I can't even talk about those products enough. Okay, so IBL program. I'm going to tell you, not everybody qualifies for it, and it's another thing where marketing solves a problem, and if you solve a problem, you should get paid for it, right? And this is something I want to give some background for. I've been involved in this process for well over 17 years now, and the first time we solved it, and it was coming up with a solution to a problem. And now, about 3.5 years ago, we added it to the students here at RRR247. It's literally blessed thousands of people now. In a recent snapshot, and I'm sure it'll be more by the time you see this video, but it paid out $250,000 to our students in a month, right? That's a big blessing. Think of that, right? To help our students, right? And that's income on top of everything else we're making in the whole world of performance blogging. This is something that I got to bring to the table that my company's created, and it's very important. And I'll tell you right off the bat, Jim Frankowiak, he's Tanya and I, he's our attorney since '94. Jim is the business attorney here, and he stands behind every one of these we get set up. I have him oversee it. It's his main role here is to make sure that this IBO program is processed properly. It's dealing with banks. There's things that could go wrong, and if they do, he's on there to make sure it's fixed right away. Okay,
and he oversees every application, and we deal with attorneys, accountants. It's done extremely legit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how we solved the problem and where the problem came from that we solved. Okay, so we deal in marketing, right? And that's how we build all this stuff up in the first place. And in the world of online marketing, it's fun, right? Maybe you've seen ads or commercials where they show like a website with 0 sales and all of a sudden it has thousands of sales, right? And that can work with the right thing, right? It takes money to make that happen, paid marketing to make that happen. It just doesn't virally happen like that otherwise. Nothing sells itself. Remember that? Nothing sells itself. Okay, so that's why we have to market the way we do to bring people into our systems and then let the marketing happen. We have to market marketing. Okay, so in the IBO program, it stands for Independent Business Office, where the problem is solving a big problem for a big commerce need. So I'm going to talk about this. We have big clients. These are usually big corporations, funds, hedge funds that back it up. They're looking for ways to grow income based on businesses and buying businesses. And online, there's very awesome products to sell. And one of those examples would be skin cream. This is a high-end skin cream, anti-wrinkle, anti-aging, very similar to products like we sell on our blogging systems, right? Kind of like the youth, all right? And however, these are high-end, right, as well. And these are, these companies have their own ingredients. They've got their own, formulators that create this incredible cream with incredible ingredients. And I kind of find it funny. I'll segue for a second. Is the ingredients are all that matters. That the actual cream, right? That's what you're buying to apply on your face to get the results you want. Yet, I won't buy that if it's in a clear container that's airtight and everything. That's maybe costs 50 cents because it looks cheap. How can that great stuff be in a cheap thing? If for me to spend the money, I gotta see this glorious weighted glass jar, right? That has a lid that screws off and it feels like $1 million. And that drives the cost of the goods up. But we're trained that if to spend our money, it's gotta feel like it. It's crazy, right? And I bring that up there because it's one of the things that has to happen. So these companies have a starting balance to get their business going in this aspect of $5 to $10 million. Okay. The reason being is they got to produce a lot of the product, carry huge inventories to make this work. And it's also a very high volume, low margin business. We can't just sell 20 a day. We'll lose. We can't make the marketing work. We have to do massive marketing, massive media buys, be in front of the right people in the right areas in mass to make thousands of sales happen a day to make the economics work. So we have to sell thousands a day or it doesn't work. Okay, and that's not the problem. We can do it. We got to figure it out. All right, doing it for 17 years. Now, the product has to be made. Now, in order to get the cost of goods down on those heavy glass jars, they got to get like 1 million of those units created. Gold foil, all this nice little wrapping and logos on it, and then the actual cream inside, right? Which is the actual product that works. But sometimes the cost of goods is more in that bottle. Crazy. So anyway, packaging's done, 1 million units, right? Now it means that we got to sell those within a year because they have like a 2-year shelf life. If we're not selling them within a year, we got to throw them away. So that's a problem, but we don't have that problem. We're going to sell 1 million. We know how to do it. Okay. So we have to sell at least 1,000. So to keep math easy, let's say they're $100 an item, right? And we're going to sell 1,000 a day, $100,000 a day. Times 30 days in a month is $3 million. Okay. Now these are products that people buy month 1, month 2, month 3, and there's a drop off. So 60% of those that buy in month 1 buy month 2. And then 60% that bought in month 2 and the reorders from month 1 buy the next month. So what we're talking about is merchant processing. So in order to process 3 million, I need the bank to give me 3 million in processing for month 1, but I'm going to need 5 million month 2, 7 million month 3, because I'm going to constantly do new sales plus have the residual sales coming in, the reorders. Make sense? Okay, it should. Okay. So the problem is even though we have a track history of doing this for 17 years, even 17 years ago we had this problem, but even though we have that track history, Visa, MasterCard regulations with the bank that's issuing the merchant account won't allow them to get the risk of merchanting to a new business because they want to see traditional growths where you start out selling a few hundred items and it starts growing gradually. That's what they want to see. They don't want to see these big growth spikes and constant things. They don't feel comfortable giving that much risk to an entity. So years ago, 17 years ago, got together with attorneys, reading the contracts, the Visa MasterCard regulations, and they know contract law. And looking at contract law, we got accountants together to come with a program that we could pitch to the banks to get them on board to see if this would be a solution to this problem. Because if we can't merchant, we can't sell. There's no business. The business dies, right? It's the Achilles heel. If you don't have a way to take people's money, you can't sell and deliver goods, and then you don't have a business. And we can't just sell a few. It doesn't work. And the economics don't work. We have to sell thousands a day, right? So what we did is we got together, looked at the paperwork, and we did, by contractual law, daisy chain business together as an independent business office. So, and we presented it to the banks, and they went with it. The same banks that said no on one account liked this option because it gave them what they needed to meet the requirements and spread the risk out. And we have a steady, solid, amazing track history of doing so. Well, it created an opportunity for the right people. 17 years ago, I just did it for my family and friends. I helped 24 people create extra income for doing this. It helped pay off everything but like their homes. It was amazing, okay? Now, I'm gonna say this, it's not a forever thing, all right? There's things that can go wrong, and that's why we put guarantees, and I'm gonna explain that. But where the problem is we can't get all the thing on once. We have to daisy chain it. So we create independent business offices. We set things up all legitimately through CPAs and accountants. Entities are formed where the business office individual steps forward, becomes on the entities. Bank accounts are set up. It doesn't cost a single dime, and you're indemnified in the whole process. So as long as you don't do anything unethical, you have no risk. However, you get something to gain, right? You're facilitating something. And it's going to take a little bit of time to get set up, a couple months, and then there's about 10 minutes of a month of reporting that you've got to do to submit on what's going on in the bank statements and so forth, so that everybody's numbers are accounting right. That's it. And for doing so, you get paid as a partner in this $750 a month, regardless of profits, for a minimum of 6 months. So no matter what happens, once it starts, you're guaranteed to get paid out $750 a month for a minimum of 6 months. We've had some going over 3 years. We've had some go a year. We've had some go 10 months. And that's why I tell everybody, don't go bank on it. Don't go buy a house or a car based on this. It's bridge money to me. It's a gift I'm giving you. You have 6 months of money coming in. $750 is a lot of money to start out with for this. And the reason why we wanted it to be $750, used to average about $250, but $750 is a magical number. It covers your overhead for everything we're doing in the PBS, and $500, which in most cases means mom can stay home with the kids. See, if you're a stay-home mom and you go to work and you got to put kids in daycare, you better be making $20 an hour or more, or else you're not going to bring any money home. If you're making $15 an hour, you basically break even by the time you add up what it costs for wear and tear on your car, gas, extra meals, the coffees, childcare, and all the other stuff that you need to have cost-wise. Not to mention you gave up your time, and you're not there to raise your kid. It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't. You add it up. You got to be making incredible money, or it doesn't make sense. And so this gives a way for you not to have extra expenses other than what's covered there. You're going to be bringing a net $500 into the family for 6 months while you build up your PBS business. So you're doing the anchors with us. We're leveraging you into this, and we give you a slot in here, right? Our VIPs get preferential treatment. They go right above the list. Our standard students go behind there, and you'll notice we always have pretty much, I'm sure there's occupancy, and you might have to wait a little bit for a space, but get in line. And it doesn't cost anything to apply for this. It doesn't cost you anything, but there are some stipulations, I guess, or requirements. You got to be above the age of 24 and below the age of 70. It's not age discrimination. It's just the banks have their certain things on what they want to risk and everything else on there, and it's up to them. There's nothing in writing on that, but I'm just going to tell you what we've seen. All right, so over 24, under 70. You need a credit score of 620 or better, no felonies, and no bankruptcies. And if your bankruptcy's been discharged because it's over 5 years, that means it doesn't exist. That means no bankruptcies. But if you're currently in a bankruptcy, you can't do it yet. Okay? The other thing is you got to be a tax filing citizen. So you got to have at least your last 2 years of taxes, and they'll help you with the documentation. If that fits, apply in there. You'll do a pre-approval process and go through. And if it's something you can't quite qualify for, as soon as you can, you can. This isn't you do it now or you lose your opportunity. It's something we're generating the need for all the time. But we do have a list of priority based on time in, and VIPs get first choice or preferential treatment because they came in the VIP program, and then our standard students, you're just in line after that, and then instructors obviously are the top. We take care of our instructors because they are paying it forward better than anybody. So get with your instructor, they can get you in there. And you can also contact Chloe, and that's CHLOE RRR247 @gmail.com. Chloe Dorr is in charge of making sure you get connected with that. Jim Frankowiak is going. Right, I'm going to stop that right there just so I can cover this. And keep. I'm going to try to keep the time today, guys. That program, and I hope you guys saw it. And again, I'll put the link in chat. It's fully going. We're activating people, and I'm gonna put this there. We're activating about 10 to 15 a week right now, and this is an amazing godsend. Again, you know, the higher your credit score, the more access you have to things. The minimum you want to have is about a 620 and above. Hopefully, thanks now for putting that on there. And those that have better credit scores, you guys, they have a better program. And if it's available, it's $1,000 a month. But you know, whatever is available, 750, 1,000, they're going to get you in on it. But I'm going to tell you something. It is a bridge. Get it going, and you know you have the funds coming in. You guys, we can do our entire business with such a low overhead. Now, here's the next thing. Monday. Okay, so Saturday, we got that. Thursday. This Thursday, in 2 days, same channel, same time, we're going to be going over the free apps that's tied to Savings Highway Global and our marketing. Okay, it's on this. And you guys, if you do not have your free apps all set up, you don't understand how they work and how we promote them, be on Thursday's call for sure. This week, 2 days. Saturday, I'm going to be doing a full V marketing breakdown. And I'm going to tell you guys, when you're a business owner, if you do not have a way to create money while you're sleeping and you don't have a way to leverage yourself, you are a sole proprietor. You are not a business owner. You guys, business ownership should be you are a team player to be a business owner. If you are not building a structure of leverage, you do not own a business. You own a sole proprietorship, and you are one disaster away from being out of business. That was my point earlier. V marketing, guys, is such an incredible thing. And it's just good to see it over and over again, but we're going to really break it down Saturday. Then Monday, guys, and we're going to start at 7 o'clock Eastern. And that's a little earlier for the Pacific time, but we're going to be doing a Cinco de Mayo, just a family dinner party on our Zoom. And then about 1:45, 10 till, we're going to kick over to Bellevue.live because at 8 o'clock Eastern is our big update, 5-year celebration. Call it a party on a Zoom, and you guys will get blown away with stuff given to us. And it's going to be a really good time to be launching. So if we can get everybody up to speed, how to build a V marketing, how to grow stuff in the way that we drive traffic. I mean, you guys, V marketing brings in traffic to your PBSs. It's going to make a lot of sense. But if we get everybody really geared up on that, and then come Monday, when we get given amazing things, we're able to launch everybody's business to a different level. That's our goal. That's our goal. All right. That being said, hopefully everybody's checked in to to the link, logged in, and put your accountability. And I don't care if it's a 0. You're going to be accountable every week. I did 0. Eventually, you're going to do something. You guys, I talk about ascension market, and ascension is part of everything we do. Sometimes we're getting ready to go exercise, and we finally go exercise. Like we're talking ourselves into it. We're getting ready to get ready. We execute. Okay, well, we're going to help everybody get ready. We're going to start executing, and we're going to start helping everybody that wants to get it done, make sure we're getting everything they need to move, to get off, to get some momentum going. So accountability is on there. Now, everybody that has a PBS,
through Sunday last night. There's everybody, we have a page. You should know what it is. If you sold a PBS to a new student on your team through Sunday night, I want you guys to join me in the instructors in the instructor Zoom. All right, we'll let you in. And you guys, we have an event coming up in the fall. Okay. I want to put late fall. We'll put that out there. We don't have a date yet. And everybody that gets a PBS that shows up to the Millionaire Course gets to place 1 vote per PBS to whether we go to Dallas or Orlando. Those are 2 destinations. I'll put it up there. Now, every week it seems like it changes, like towards one's ahead of the other's the next week. It's back and forth. So I'll tell you, the people that want Dallas to happen, they need help. And the people that want Orlando to happen, they need help. And I want to tell you, I thought by now it'd be a runaway thing, and it's not. It's been neck to neck and just alternates. It's kind of fun to see. But you guys, in the Millionaire Course, we're going to be focusing on key leadership, things and mindset that help you get to that, to be that person that's going to be deserving of $20,000 a week. $20,000 a week means you're making $1 million a year. And from there, it's just the same rinse and repeat to grow. But let's get you guys going, and we're going to be working on those steps, guys. All right. Love you all. You all chimed in on your report. You got the link there. I'll see you guys in the Millionaire